The Old West was filled with larger-than-life figures, gunslingers, outlaws, sheriffs, and desperados. But few were as unpredictable, violent, and downright bizarre as Robert Clay Allison, a man who earned the nickname the Madman of the Plains. This is the story of a man who killed without hesitation, yet was strangely beloved by many who knew him. Clay Allison was born in 1840 in Tennessee. From a young age, he showed signs of instability. He was quick-tempered, restless, and prone to violence. When the Civil War broke out, he enlisted in the Confederate Army, but his erratic behavior even worried his fellow soldiers. At one point, he was discharged for being mentally unfit for service. Yet the war only hardened him, and afterward, he drifted west, where law and order barely existed. In New Mexico and Texas, Clay Allison quickly became known as both a rancher and a killer. He was charming one moment, then deadly the next. One of his earliest killings was said to be in self-defense, but soon, that line blurred. He killed men in saloons, on dusty roads, and even once in a knife fight that ended with his opponent's head nearly severed. Stories spread fast. Some claimed Allison never backed down from a fight. Others whispered he killed simply because he enjoyed it. It was during these years that Allison earned his infamous nickname. He was unpredictable. He might buy everyone in the saloon a round of drinks, then pull his gun and threaten to shoot someone for looking at him the wrong way. On one occasion, he paraded through town completely naked, wearing only his gunbelt. On another, he dug up the body of a man he hated, cut off his head, and displayed it on a fence post. His violent streak terrified some, but strangely, others admired him, seeing him as a symbol of untamed freedom in the lawless West. Despite his madness, Allison wasn't always seen as a villain. In fact, many locals respected him for his courage. He protected his ranch fiercely, helped neighbors when they were in trouble, and occasionally played the role of frontier justice. But make no mistake, he was deadly. His kill count is still debated, but some say he took more than a dozen lives, often in cold blood. By the late 1870s, Clay Allison had become a legend, half feared, half celebrated. For a man who lived by the gun, it wasn't a bullet that killed Clay Allison. In 1887, while driving a wagon of supplies in Texas, he fell off the seat and was crushed under the wheels of his own load. The Madman of the Plains, who had survived countless duels and bloody encounters, died in a freak accident. When he was buried, his friends carved an unusual epitaph on his tombstone. He never killed a man that did not need killing. Clay Allison's story is a perfect reflection of the Old West, violent, chaotic, and larger than life. He wasn't the fastest gun nor the most famous outlaw, but his reputation for madness has cemented him as one of the strangest figures of frontier history. A man both feared and admired, whose life ended not in a blaze of gunfire, but beneath the wheels of a wagon.